please chant together very loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, one more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Welcome to today's our Srimad Bhagavatam class. This morning we are starting new chapter, which is the timely retirement of the Pandavas. Pandava retires timely. It's a chapter 15 of first canto, and we'll cover first verse. Today's speaker seems like not available, but Sri Devi Mataji. And what we'll do, we'll do the Srila Prabhupada class. So give me a second, I will get started. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming and finding time to attend these regular Bhagavatam classes. We really appreciate your time. Hare Krishna.
Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya. Suta Uvacha. Evam Krishna Saka Krishna Bhrata Ragya Vikalpita Nana Shanka Aspadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita Suta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakha Krishno Bhratra Ragya Vikalpita Nana Shankaspadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita Suta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakha Krishno Bhratra Ragya Vikalpita Nana Shankaspadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita Suta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakha Krishno Bhratra Ragya Vikalpita Nana Shankaspadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita
Sutta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakha Krishna Raja Vikalpita Nana Shankaspadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita
Sutta
Uvacha
Evam Krishna Sakha Krishno
Evam Krishna Sakha Krishna
Ratra Vikalpita
Raja Vikalpita
Nana Shankaspadam Rupam
Nana Shankaspadam Rupam
Krishna Vishlesha Karshita
Krishna Vishlesha Karshita Sutta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakha Krishna Radha Vikalpita Nana Shankaspadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita Sutta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakha Krishna
Ratra
Vikalpita
Nana Shankaspadam Rupam
Nana Shankaspadam Rupam
Krishna Vishlesha Karshita
Krishna Vishlesha Karshita 1 minute.
Sutta Hovacha.
Uvacha
Sutta Goswami said, Evam, thus, Krishna Sakaha, the celebrated friend of Krishna, Krishna, Arjuna,
Ratra
by his elder brother, Ragya, King Yudhishthira, Avikalpita, speculated, Nana, various, Shankaspadam, based on many doubts, Rupam, forms, Krishna, Lord Shri Krishna, Vishlesha, feelings of separation, Karshitaha, became greatly bereaved. Translation. Sutta Goswami said, Arjuna, the celebrated friend of Lord Krishna, was grief-stricken because of his strong feeling of separation from Krishna, over and above all Maharaj Yudhishthira's speculative inquiries.
So Evam Krishna Sakha Krishna. Arjun's name is Krishna Sakha, and he is also called sometimes Krishna because Arjun's bodily feature was almost similar to Krishna's bodily feature. So, he was morose, being separated from Krishna, and his elder brother was suggesting whether you are morose for this reason or that reason or this reason. Actually, he was unhappy on account of being separated from Krishna. Similarly, not only Arjuna, all of us, we are also, as Krishna, Arjuna is also a living entity. We are also living entity. So, we are also unhappy because we are separated from Krishna. These modern philosophers or scientists, they may suggest that they may go on thinking otherwise, that they can improve the world situation in their own way, but that is not possible. We are unhappy on account of being separated from Krishna. They do not know that. Just like a child is crying, and nobody can say why he is crying. But actually, a child is generally in crying condition, being separated from the mother. So not only it is the question of Arjuna or Krishna, every one of us, in the Upanishad it is said that Paramatma, Krishna, and the living entity, they are sitting on the same tree. Samane Vrikshe. One living entity is eating the fruit of the tree, and the other living entity is simply witnessing, Anuvanta. So Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddeshe Arjuna tishtati. Because without his sanction, the living entity cannot do anything. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishta. Krishna says that I am seated in everyone's heart. So the living entity wants to do something out of his own whims. Krishna says, or Krishna gives good consultation, that this will not make you happy. Don't do this. But he is persistent, he will do it. Then Krishna sanctions Paramatma. All right, you do it at your risk. This is going on. Every one of us very intimately connected with Krishna. And Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart. Krishna is so kind that he is simply waiting when this rascal will turn his face towards me. He is simply looking. He is so kind. But we living entities, we are so rascal, we shall turn our face to everything except Krishna. This is our position. We want to be happy with so many ideas. Everyone is making his own idea. Now this is, but these rascals do not know that what is the actual process for getting happiness. That is Krishna. That they do not know. Nate vidu shartha gating hi Vishnu durasaya je bahirarthamani. You can see in your country. They are trying so many things, so many skyscraper buildings, so many motor cars, so many big cities, but there is no happiness. Because they do not know what is missing. That missing point we are giving. Here is, you take Krishna and you will be happy. This is our Krishna consciousness. Krishna and the living entity, they are very intimately connected. Like father and son, or friend, or master and servant, like that. We are very much intimately connected. But because we have forgotten our intimate relationship with Krishna and trying to become happy in this material world, therefore we have to undergo so much tribulations. This is it. Krishna bhuliya jiva bhogavancha kare. We living entities, we are trying to become happy within this material world. Why you are in the material world, why not in the spiritual world? In the spiritual world, nobody can become enjoyer, bhokta. That is only supreme. Bhoktaram jaggadamasam sarva. There is no mistake. There are also living entities, but they know perfectly well that real enjoyer, proprietor is Krishna. That is spiritual kingdom. Similarly, even in this material world, if we understand perfectly well that we are not enjoyer, Krishna is enjoyer, then it is spiritual world. This Krishna consciousness movement is trying to convince everyone that we are not enjoyer. Enjoyer is Krishna. Just like this whole body. The enjoyer is the stomach. And the hands and legs and eyes and ears and brains and everything. They should be engaged to find out the enjoyable things and put it in the stomach. This is natural. Similarly, we are part and parcel of God or Krishna. We are not enjoyer. In every religion it is accepted. Just like in Christian religion also it is said, "Oh God, give us our daily bread." Bread we cannot manufacture. It must come from God. That is Vedic also version. Nitya nityanang chetana chetananang eko jo bahunam vidudhati kaman. God or Krishna, He gives everything, necessities of life, as you like. But if you accept your enjoyable things as you like, then you become entangled. But if you accept things to be enjoyed by you, tena taktena bhunjita, as Krishna offers you, then you become happy. If you make, just like a diseased patient, if he wants to enjoy life in his own whimsical way, he'll continue his disease. But if he accepts the modes of life according to the direction of the physician, then he becomes free from it. So there are two methods, pravitti and nivitti. Pravitti means, I have got inclination to eat this or to enjoy this. Why not? I shall do it. I have got my freedom. But you have no freedom, sir. You are simply, that is Maya. You have no freedom. We get experience. Suppose there is very nice palatable food. If I think, let me eat as much possible, the next day I will have to starve. Immediately dysentery or indigestion. So you cannot violate the laws of Krishna or laws of nature. That is not possible. You are not at all independent. Because these rascals, they will not understand this. They are always thinking we are independent. That is the cause of all unhappiness. Nobody is independent. How you can be independent? Nobody is independent, neither you can be independent, neither nobody is independent factually. Who is independent? Here you are sitting so many boys and girls who can say, I am independent of everything. No, nobody can say that. So this is our mistake, and by misusing our independence, we are suffering in this material world in so many ways. That has to be reformed, that has to be checked. That is Krishna consciousness movement. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has preached, Jiven Sarupa Nitya Krishna Das. We living entities, we are eternally servant of Krishna. That is our position. But if we deny this position, then why shall I become servant of Krishna? I am independent. Then suffering begins immediately. Krishna Bhuliyaji Bhagavancha kare, as soon as he desires to enjoy independently, immediately, that means immediately is captured by Maya. Krishna Bhuliyaji Bhagavancha kare, pasate Maya tare japotiya thare. It is very easy to understand. Just like if you don't care for the government laws, if you want to live independently, that means immediately you are in the clutches of the police force. You haven't got to create, it is already there. So our position is always dependent on God. We should understand this. This is Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a song, Manasa Deho Geho Jo Kichu Moro, Ottinu Tua Pade Nanda Kishoro. This mistake is going on, that I am independent king and my soldiers are my society, community, family, or so many we have been manufactured. But Dehapatta Kalatradi Atma Saineshu Asassu Api Tasya Nidhanam Pramatya Pasyannapi Napassati. Just like a man fights, just like Hitler declared war, or so many wars are declared, this man is declared. Everyone is thinking I am independent. And we are thinking that we have got so many soldiers, so many atomic bombs and so many aeroplanes, we shall come out victorious. Similarly, each and every one of us, we are thinking I am independent and my wife, my children, my society, they are my soldiers. If I am in danger, they will help me. This is going on. This is called Maya. Pramatta tasya nidhanam pasyannapi napasyati. Because we have become mad after this so-called independence of God, we are thinking these things will help us, will protect us. That is Maya. Tasya nidhanam, everyone will be destroyed. Nobody will be able to give us protection. If real protection is wanted, you will have to take protection of Krishna. That is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. You rascal, you are thinking that so many things will give you protection. That will not be possible. You will be finished and your so-called protector and friends and soldiers, they will be finished. You don't depend on that. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. You just surrender unto me. I will give you protection. Ahanta sarva papi. Mokkhasyami, Masujo. This is real protection. Everyone is falsely thinking independent, but he is dependent. But he is depending on false platform. That is the mistake of this material civilization. They are thinking of protection from a tilting platform, material world. So we have to take shelter of Krishna. Krishna is very friendly to all of us. Therefore he comes down from Vaikuntha to inform this. That is Bhagavad Gita. And that is elaborately explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the only thing. So the crisis, people are faced with so many crises, problems, that I told in the airport. The reporter asked me, what is the solution of this crisis coming? And solution is Krishna consciousness, it is already there. But you rascal, you will not take it. Solution is already there. If the Arabians think that this oil is Krishna's property. And the others purchasers, they also think Krishna's property, then they must agree also, America also must agree that this land of America is also Krishna's property. If you think that the Arabian oil is Krishna's property, God's property, we shall take it by force, then why the Arabians should not be allowed to come from the desert and live in America? But the foolish, they will not come. They have got United Nations. But the United Nations means simply committing mistake. That's all. That is their business. Why don't you unite it? Yes, this Arabian oil is Krishna's property. Similarly, the Australian land or the African land or this American land, so vast tract of land. No, you cannot come here. Go. That's it. Immigration department. You see? Go department. So this nonsense, these rascals, all these politicians, they are spoiling the situation, but they are so big rascal, they will not accept this solution. Take Krishna concentration and everything will be solved. That's a fact. Mudha, but they are so rascal. Duskitina and full of sinful activities. Namanga duskitina mudha prapadanti narana, lowest of the mankind. So always remember that our preaching work is dealing with these kind of men. Duskitina means full of sinful activities, mudha, rascals, naradhama, lowest of the mankind, and maya, aprithagyana. And they are thinking they are very much advanced in education, but full number one, Maya has taken their real knowledge. Maya, aprithagyana. Asuri bhavamasa. Why all these things? Because they are godless. Only fault is godless. Asuri bhavamasa. Because they have taken the position, there is no God. These big scientists, they are trying to prove there is no God. This creation is due from matter, from chemical. The water has come from chemical combination, hydrogen, oxygen. These are all foolish theories, and they are getting Nobel Prize. They are getting Nobel Prize. This is the position. Therefore, from this verse we should know, Evam Krishna Sakha Krishna Bhatra Raga Avikilpata. Nana Sankar. These rascals, our elder brother, advanced, they are suggesting this is the cause of, this is the cause of, this is the cause of, this is the cause of. But the only cause is Krishna, forgetfulness of Krishna. That they do not know. The only cause. Krishna bhuliyaji bhogavansha kare pasate mayatare japudi. This is the cause. So try to please this cult, but not that everyone will accept, but even a few percent, 1% of the whole population accept. Just like in the sky there is one moon only, and there are millions of stars. They are useless. What is the value of the millions of stars? But one more, it dissipate the whole darkness of the night. Similarly, at least those who have taken to Krishna consciousness, each of you become a moon and enlighten the world. And these so-called glowworms, they will not be able to do anything. That's a fact. Don't remain a glowworm. Just become a sun and moon. Then people will be happy, he will be happy. Thank you very much.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That was wonderful, powerful class, devotees. Thank you so much. Yeah, when Srila Prabhupada was mentioning becoming a moon, so I can see there's so many moons had joined the class today. So they are not that twinkling glowworm, they are moons. So they are so inclined to serve Krishna, give dedication, give their life and dedication to Krishna, give their time. So I really appreciate. Thank you so much for coming early morning and bathing in this nectarian words of Srila Prabhupada's. So would like to open for question, answers, comments. Please unmute, or if you have any question, you can text also. Please share your comments or questions. Hare Krishna. So I will share what I liked or what I think about today's class. So this was like Arjun is, grief stricken because of the strong feeling of separation from Krishna. Because Krishna is in the Dwarika right now, and Krishna has fought the war for Pandavas and left, and he's staying in Dwarika with all the Yadus and all the relatives. But this is the time Krishna has left, and Arjuns feel the separation. So Srila Prabhupada was mentioning that is our real reason of the disturbance and the grief and the sorrows. And Prabhupada has put the focus on so many points, how there's so many things, going on, like maybe this will help us, bringing oil or bringing freedom or capturing land. There's so many points Prabhupada mentions, but that is not the solution to bring peace and happiness in the suffering world. So Prabhupada mentions when we remember our eternal connection, when you have our consciousness aligned to remember Krishna, that will give us the real peace and happiness. So there's so many Prabhupada saying, there's so many big skyscrapers being built, but that will not bring the peace and happiness. The real protection will be from Sri Krishna, because one may think, I have so much money, so many relatives, bank balance, and so many other things to support me. But Srila Prabhupada is mentioning at the end, everything will fail. Only Krishna will protect us. So that's why Prabhupada was quoting the shloka, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam shranam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo moksheshyam masucha. So this is the summary or the real sar of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna at the end asking Arjuna, and through the Arjuna for everyone, give up all your attachments and the falsely identified religions and just take a surrender at me, and he will save from all the misdoings or all the sins. And do not fear. Lord is giving guarantee. Do not worry about other worldly things or the other ups and downs are coming. Take a shelter at my lotus feet and you will be taken care. So these are some of the points I was thinking of. Does anyone have any last minute point, question, anything to discuss? Okay, if not, Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I just
Haribol, Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhu. Thank you so much for joining. As I was mentioning, these are the moons of the ISKCON Harrisburg or the Srila Prabhupada's army. They are ready to take the Srila Prabhupada's mission to higher level. And so glad, we have the young generation interest. Please go ahead, Prabhu.
I like the point where Prabhupada says that, the problem is not anything else but forgetting Krishna. that's where the problem starts. So that's what I like from the class.
Wonderful point, Prabhuji. That is the essence of the whole Krishna conscious movement, or the essence, we can say essence of the today's class. The moment we align our consciousness to remember Krishna, the moment we think about Krishna, Krishna is available in our heart. One day someone was asking me a question, I think yesterday. I was explaining, so how, someone is saying, the inside body of Krishna is like Lord Shiva. So I was just, thinking how that's possible, because Lord Shiva is the dearmost devotee of Krishna. The devotee thinks about 24-hour Krishna, and Krishna thinks 24 about the devotees. So the devotee carries Krishna in his heart, and the Lord carries devotee in his heart. So yeah, in that scenario, we can say that, Lord Shiva is the topmost devotee of Krishna. Where he must be thinking day and night about his dearmost devotee, and he's carrying inside his heart Lord Shiva. So I was thinking that way. So that was your right point, Prabhu. The problem arises the moment we forget about the Krishna. Yeah. Thank you so much for bringing.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? You get so much happiness when our youth is sincerely following. We feel that, the Srila Prabhupada's moments in the wonderful hand. Because as sincere devotees. Go ahead, Brad Prabhu. I see.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very well. Good to see you.
Please
Thank you
accept
so
my
much for
humble
joining.
obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. No?
Yes, Srila Prabhupada. Please accept mine.
There was a portion where Prabhupada said, everyone is falsely thinking independent, but he is dependent. But he is depending on false platform. That is the mistake of this material civilization. They're thinking of protection from a tilting platform, material world. It goes on to talk about, he talks about when he was interviewed at the airport by a reporter. The reporter asked him, what is the solution of this crisis coming? And Srila Prabhupada simply says the solution is Krishna consciousness. He talks about, at the time, the issues, the Arabians, and the oil issue, and then he gives Hitler as an example. But I just really enjoy how Prabhupada points out, the individual who thinks they're falsely thinking they're independent, but they're dependent on this false material platform, meaning, how subjective we are to, these false leaders or whatever society we fall victim to, or even down to, our age, our color, our race, etc. There's so many materialistic things that we might, lose sight of and not think of Krishna first when taking these things into consideration, even if it's, subconscious, and the only way we can change the subconscious is, as you said earlier, Prabhuji, is to remember Krishna. So, Hare Krishna.
Very nice. That's a wonderful point you mentioned, Prabhu. Yes. Yeah, these, different things. Yeah, one thinking independently, that will not work out, because everything comes from Krishna. Because earlier, in the class, Prabhupada was mentioning the tree, the two birds are sitting. One is enjoying the fruit and one is witnessing. And that point, Srila Prabhupada was mentioning, unless Lord sanctions, nothing will happen. So no matter what, how much we're trying to solve the material problems, without Krishna, they will not have much solution. They are temporary. We feel like it's taken care, but that's not the permanent solution. Permanent solution is bringing the Krishna in our lives, living the lives as per the instruction given by him in the different shastras, and aligning our life with his teachings. that will bring peace and happiness. Wonderful point, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you so much.
Hari Bol Prabhuji. You know, yes, like you said, everything emanates from Krishna. So even when we have, you know, our immediate judgments, like we were saying, these subconscious things that pop in the back of the head with, and you stamp it away immediately. We don't take it past the tongue, because we must remember, you know, everything emanates from Krishna. What's the point of us judging? Krishna already knows what we're going to do next. So
Perfect.
Hari Bol.
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, joining and bringing this wonderful point. I really appreciate. Thank you, devotees. I really appreciate, as I mentioned, you are the moons of, you know, Srila Prabhupada's mission. Please have a strong faith, go strongly, and Krishna will help us go back home, back to Godhead. With this thought, we will end today's session. Vancha kalpatarubhesha kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo. वैष्णव ठाकुर वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे बोल। हरे कृष्णा, हैव अ वंडरफुल डे प्लीज।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, दंडवत।
हरे कृष्णा जी।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।